as the drivers start their engines. We get ready for heat race number 1 here at Pensacola, one of the few tracks where the full pace lap does not work. Well, one of the few oval tracks, I should say. We don't do full pace laps for road courses, so. Anyway, Benjamin Dion, Logan York got the front row. Colby Alves, Micah Kidney in row 2. Zachary Rogers, Michael Beeson in row 3. Carando and Harala row 4. With Greg Lyons and Alan Cavanero in row 5. So everybody you can see running different patriotic schemes. Some people have different schemes, others just running defenders. As we look back through all the schemes here. So 9 laps of racing here, caution free, of course. Top 21 make the race yet again. This is the first patriotic race. And this is actually the first night race of the season. Green flag is out. Heat race number 1 is underway. And Colby Alves looks like he got a really good start. He is already to the inside of Benjamin Dion. So this is one of those tracks where you have got to be in the right place in the right time. And if these guys wreck, I don't know if they will, but I've wrecked with 30-car fields here before, I believe. If these guys wreck, it could make it very interesting how many of those drivers get separated from the main pack and whatnot. There's Zachary Rogers looking to the bottom. As we've had 10 drivers make every race so far this season. I don't know if any of those drivers won't make the field today. But we got 9 laps of racing to find out. As the first lap is complete, Rogers is in the lead. As now his teammate Eric Caralla to the bottom, looking for that lead 3 wide. As I'm trying to brainstorm my last chapter of my first book, which is really just for fun, but I'm having a tough time figuring out how to do it. Well, I guess I should wait till after the race. I seem to do better when I go to write it anyway. So anyway, Eric Caralla in the lead, as they are 4 or 5 wide back there. As we can see some of the people that are outside the top 21. And this could get dangerous. Right here is where it gets tricky. These guys are all fighting for a spot in the race, knowing that it could be their shot at winning their first career victory, or possibly even definitely a spot to get in the chase. This is one of those big wild card tracks here. Though, technically, most of the races this season have been wild cards. Zachary Fitzwater winning, Deanna Jones winning. But anyway, this could definitely be one of those tracks. Nico Tringali failed to make the Phoenix race last week, looking to the inside for the lead. So everybody's still in the pack. For racing at the day here for the heats, the race will be at night. As we have 5 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Nathan Rogers to the bottom looking for the lead. So let's watch the pack. We really do have to watch them. They can wreck at any moment. And it's all about timing. When you can get to the bottom and move back to the front. As we see Zachary Rogers just at the end. He will be moving back towards the bottom. And will it be in good timing or not? As they are about 5 wide in front. Here we go. This could get crazy. They're going to keep it clean. Nathan Rogers still leads. 4 to go. We're going to watch Michael Cavanero here. Seems to be in the hornet's nest. And oh, there goes Alan Cavanero! Zachary Rogers turned as well by Eric Harala. Michael Beeson, Alan Cavanero, Nicholas Murillo, Philip Goldberg, Peggy Bowling, all with heavy damage. And Zachary Rogers, guessing he got stuck. He is done. He is out of this race. We saw Cavanero get hooked, and then Rogers was trying to avoid with Eric Harala. And Harala ended up clipping him. So the big question I have is, Harala will be 24th. So that still leaves it to the pack here with 3 laps to go. And that is definitely the number one way these guys end up wrecking here, is in turns 1 and 2. So that is such a shame for Zachary Rogers. I don't know if anybody else, and I don't think anybody out of those drivers involved have made every race. So right now, one of those drivers on the brink was Peter Sands, but he has made it back to the top 21, we can see here. But I have a question is, with 2 to go, Nathan Rogers in the lead, will they catch anybody? Eric Harala is the only car on track. Everybody else on pit road and possibly retired. As we see, Samudio, Beeson, and Cavanero have all retired. Harala is out of the draft. But he is, he's 7 seconds slower, but I don't think they would catch him. But that is a big, tough break for Zachary Rogers. Did not want to see that happen to him. Looks like he'll be giving his second command of the season here. And this is actually a funny thing. So he missed Vegas. That was the 3rd race of the season. He's going to miss Pensacola now. That's the 6th race of the season. So right now, multiples of 3. He's not doing so well. White flag is out as Ryan Shea looks to go to the lead. And if anybody else wrecks, it could be very big. Right now, that last car out is Tony Vieira. And it looks like Michael Amato might be the one that ends up losing if Vieira gets behind and down low. So here we go. Who cares about the lead? Amato is out of range. Amato has made 4 races this season as the checkered flag will wave. And Amato is going to miss this race. Wow. Amato misses in 23rd. And Brenda Rogers misses in 22nd. So Amato was 4th in points entering the race. And he will definitely fall after this. Anyway, your heat winner was Tony Green. Wow. As these guys are still on pit road. It's not a pit road glitch, I don't think. It's just taking them a while. Oh, they did wreck in turns 1 and 2. So see you guys for heat 2. Getting ready for heat race number 2. On the front row, we got Chloe Baker and Adam Rogers. Zachary Fitzwater and Michael Parker. Row 2. Row 3, Michael Santos and Sean Harper. Row 4, Brandon Melanhouse and Rogers. And in row 5, Cameron Gaddu and Carol Morton. So, we saw a crash that took out 6 drivers in heat 1. Will we see a crash that takes out more than that? So let's say we see a crash that takes out 12. No, not even 12. Let's say we see a crash that takes out 9 and splits up 5 cars over the place. Or it makes a pack of 5. What will happen there? That could be interesting. And Chloe Baker in the lead. It's all a matter of when they decide to go 6 wide. As we see Chloe Baker able to hold on to the lead for this lap. And I'd like to just showcase that Kevin Peeler running this white Quaker State car here. He'll be running that car at most super speedways. That's for all the patriotic races he's running, as well as 3 other races to be announced. And the top 3 doing a good job, though. Chloe Baker, Zachary Fitzwater, Allison Rogers staying strong. They are already racing nuts. And this is 5 wide to 3 wide. This Baker continues to lead. She might have a strong car this weekend. This is just nuts, really. This track is crazy. Michael Amato won the All-Star race here last season, and he will not be in the main. So that is interesting. Trying to remember who won the showdown. I can't. I'll look it up after. So we're already down 3 laps, so we have 6 to go. Baker got the pole for this heat and has stayed out front. So they are 4 wide behind Benjamin Tilton. Let's just see one of my more favorite schemes, the Coors Light 7. Deanna Jones did not make the race No, she did make the race last week. Jumped up to 5th in points, I believe. And you guys got to remember, this race is going to be one of the longest of the season. And our longest since Daytona. So there will be like maybe 2 pit stops. As here's last week's winner, Michael Naylor, who did a good job, stayed out a lap at Phoenix. Pit. Had fresher tires, was able to catch up to Michael Santos. And we got a crash in the back! Scott Greeny is involved. Michael Parker, Michael Santos, who lost the win last week. And they wrecked on the back straightaway. And that could make this interesting. Where is John Linares in position? 23rd. Kevin Peeler, Sam Rogers, Carol Morton does not look like they will make it. Everybody stays out. That was one of the weirdest things I have ever seen. I think we just saw Parker just spun out coming out of the back straightaway. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah, right out of the back straightaway. So as Naylor leads, they're coming to 3 to go. And I got the question is, will they wreck again? There are plenty of cars up here for them to do that as they're 5 wide up here. You see Ace Rogers all the way up top. But everybody knows in this pack they are pretty much good. It's the same situation as last time. John Linares was actually 24th. So we have 3 drivers up here in this pack that will not make it, as Kevin Peeler and the others are not gaining ground. This must be awful for Santos, knowing that he's not going to make the race. So right now those 3 are Sean Harper, Cameron Gaddu, and John Linares. But like I said, what if we have another caution and another wreck, and I don't see it happening. So right now the top 4, we got Naylor, Davis, Fitzwater, and Pericles, and Kate Rogers up here in 5th. We got 4 Dodges in the top 5 right now. With multiple newer Dodge teams this season, there's a lot more manufacturer competition. We have 2 laps to go. They won't catch anybody yet again. This track is pretty dang huge. Right now, we got these 3 drivers right here that have a shot to get in that are currently looking from the outside. Austin Alves in good position to make his 2nd race of the season. As I'm about to check something because I remembered. Greg Lyons is making his 2nd race of the season. And also, how could we forget Karen Vieira? Where is the 95? She is up here. There she is. White flag is out, by the way. Karen Vieira looking for her 2nd race of the season. So Micah Kidney and Greg Lyons, the 2 drivers in Heat 1 that had only made 1 start, are making their 2nd starts. And right now, Karen Vieira trying to get in position as Austin Alves is in position. As they're coming to the white flag. And Sean Harple and others were not able to get back in the draft right. They've actually started to lose the draft, and they're going to miss the race. Karen Vieira is going to get that last spot. As Chloe Baker wins the heat. Cameron Gaddu, Sean Harple. Sean Harple is going to miss his 1st race of the season. Actually, no, that was last week, I think. I can't even remember right now. Sam Rogers is... I don't even know if he is or not, but... So Chloe Baker wins this heat, and we will see you guys for the Sun Drop 500 later tonight.